Hey guys, welcome back to another GTA Online video. My name is Saintsfan, and as we all know, the summer update dropped a couple of days ago in GTA Online. And I don't know, maybe we're all expecting a little bit more, but what we sort of got at launch wasn't exactly a lot of content. But as it turns out, there is actually a decent amount of content in this update. It's just all locked for right now. It's all coming in the drip feed. And we've already looked at the vehicles. I think there's like 12 or so, but there's a lot more than just vehicles. And that's what we're going to be taking a look at in today's video. All the extra drip feed game modes, all the extra drip feed clothing, and we're going to sort of take a look at how long this drip feed actually will be, because it may not seem like it because we're in July, but it looks like this drip feed will extend almost until December. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop on to take a look at all the drip feed content. So like I said, we already have taken a look at the vehicles, but in case you maybe missed that, here are the websites. Here's what it looks like, and the order goes from like down here and then sort of follows this way. So the AOB 10F will be the final one, unfortunately. But yeah, so that's Benny's website. We also have obviously 2 new cars on the Legendary Motorsport, and then we have the 6 on the Southern San Andreas. So total, I think it's actually 11 vehicles. But again, if you want to take a look at the gameplay and all that, I'll leave a link in the description for those videos. But we're actually going to be taking a look at all the other stuff. And shout out to the GTA forums. This is sort of where this is all coming from. They have it nice and organized here. So the first thing, and we've also taken a look at this, but we do have the 2 dealerships coming. The first one is the Luxury Autos. And I mean, as you can see, it's sort of the only picture we really got. And then we also have basically Simeon's coming as well. Then that brings us to the game modes, and this is where things get a bit interesting because there's some very cool sounding game modes in here. The first one is the Cayo Perico series, and these are the ones that were sort of teased in the official trailer. I'll throw some screenshots up. You could see a bunch of vehicles and helicopters flying on the Cayo Perico Island. So it does appear that some sort of Cayo Perico series where some official races and maybe adversary modes, that's going to be coming at one point. And you can see these are just the lines in the game files. There's a lot of these, and that's basically where most of this information is coming from. But yeah, one race in the Cayo Perico series. So that's the first game mode. The second one, it's not really a game mode. It's more of, it's a community series. So it seems like Rockstar is going to be adding a bunch of community made jobs and stuff. And that's sort of what all these lines of codes are for. I guess the description is they're featured weekly jobs by the community. I guess maybe the better jobs obviously might get featured more, but yeah, that's something definitely that's coming. The next one we have is Hunted and Riders, and apparently this one is supposed to be a Halloween themed game mode. A couple of those in here. So again, this drip feed is at least extending until Halloween. Don't have much information on it just yet, but the name is the only thing they have discovered. UFOs are going to be returning. There's a possible UFO event. The strings in the game files, it says this: photograph the UFOs and send them to Omega to earn cash and RP. So that sort of sounds pretty cool. I don't know exactly how it'll work. I mean, we obviously last Halloween had the crazy UFO event. Maybe something like that's going to continue, but this time you have to take pictures of them. So kind of a cool thing. The next one is actually the most in-depth one we got, the Junk Energy Skydives. And we have quite a bit of info on this. So we'll take a look at some of this stuff. This just sort of showcases, I guess, that it's real. This is from the game files. There's also a parachute you can get, and that's what it looks like right here. Kind of neat looking. And shout out to Lost Warrior for actually finding all this stuff in game. I guess there's a way to spawn it in, but this is the message I guess you'll receive regarding these Junk Energy Skydives. It seems like it's a simple, you know, game where you parachute right here through the checkpoints and hit the drop zone. And this is what it's going to look like on the mini map. It's just going to have a little parachute with a J, like that's the icon. This, I guess, is what when you go to that location, there's going to be a little box like this. I guess I'm not really sure. Maybe you step into that and that's sort of, I don't know how you get started. They also are going to have, I guess, these little parachute areas around the map. And this is what it's sort of going to look like. You can see at the bottom right, there's 3 out of 5 checkpoints. It doesn't seem like it's going to take too long to do. challenge time, so I guess maybe you have to just do it in that time period to get the awards. And then at the top left, I mean, you can see just the controls for it. I'm assuming this is sort of like the time trials, but of course, instead of a car, you're just in a parachute. And this is apparently what the final screen is going to look like when you do finish everything, I guess. Surely you don't just get 5K for it. I don't really know what this Rockstar token is, but that is the Junk Energy Skydive drip feed that's going to be coming. Now we have quite a bit more, so continuing through the list, we apparently are going to have something to do with the LD Organics product. This is sort of one of the lines. Thanks for bringing back my stuff. I knew I could count on you. I hook you up with some merch. Hope you like it. Now get out there and rep LD Organics. So maybe not necessarily, or maybe there's like a simple mission you do for Lamar, and then he gives you a shirt of some sort or some sort of merch. Then we get to some of the collectibles, and this is actually where the M16 comes into play. Of course, it's the service rifle in game, and the way this is going to work is you have to actually go to these locations and find the parts at various crime scenes, and then I guess once you find enough parts, you build the rifle. And you know, of course, we already know what the M16 looks like. So it's kind of an interesting way of doing it, but it's hey, at least it's not going to cost a lot of money, hopefully. As far as Halloween goes, there's a bunch of stuff regarding that. We have these jack-o'-lanterns, and these are just things I guess you can find, and this is what they're going to look like. And then if you collect 10 out of 100 of those jack-o'-lanterns, you get this mask, the Pumpkin Halloween mask, which apparently actually has noise. You can see in this picture, somehow there's mask audio, and it says the selected quick play action requires the horror pumpkin mask to be equipped. So somehow this mask is going to have audio, which is, I think, interesting. And as far as collecting the jack-o'-lanterns, this is the string from the game files. You can continue collecting for the rest of the day to earn more trick-or-treats. So yeah, interesting stuff. But again, that's going to be around Halloween, so we're not going to have that anytime soon. But then we have a bunch of drip feed clothing. Some of them are actually pretty cool. I'm sure this isn't all of them. These are probably just the better looking options. But we have this Diamond Casino sort of vest, which is an interesting thing. So maybe that actually might come into play with the heist month that potentially is going to happen. Maybe you do some stuff, some casino heist challenge, and then you get this unlocked. There's also the Clifford Bomber jacket, which is kind of cool. It's a little weird. I will miss you, Daddy, but it is cool looking. We also have the Diamond Varsity jacket, which is a crazy looking jacket here. Then we have another crazy looking jacket, If Looks Could Kill. And then we actually have two things that are quite interesting. A mummy, and we actually have Sasquatch. So here is the mummy in game. You can see it looks quite ridiculous. And then we also have the ability to become Sasquatch, Bigfoot. So this is going to be an outfit you can actually use in GTA Online. I'm sure maybe there's going to be some way to unlock it. But yeah, those are two other crazy looking things coming in the drip feed. And then I guess shout out to Bada Bing here. You can see in this quick little GIF, these are going to be the Halloween masks that are going to be coming. Again, drip feed. Quite a bit of them, quite interesting looking as always. But that's some more Halloween stuff that's going to be making its way eventually into the game as well. Now, the one final thing I'll sort of say is I hope that most of this stuff, especially the clothing, I hope it's not just GTA Plus exclusive. That is one worry that we now have to deal with because, of course, GTA Plus is a thing and Rockstar wanted to grow and they probably want to, you know, make people buy it. So I could definitely see a world where some of the cooler clothing items get locked behind GTA Plus. Hopefully that's not the case though. I mean, it shouldn't happen with any of the game modes or anything. Usually it's just the cosmetic stuff. But also, as far as the length of this drip feed goes, this very well could extend, like I said, all the way again until December. It's clearly going to extend until October, until Halloween, the end of October. And having 11 vehicles will definitely allow that to happen if they do sprinkle in, you know, every now and then a week with some of these game modes or even with the M16 or the dealerships. This content is definitely getting stretched over a long period of time. And maybe they do something like they did last year where they have a heist month. maybe that's what they do in November after all the drip feed stuff is sort of done. And maybe that's how you unlock that casino outfit and maybe some other stuff. Obviously, there'll be some other bonuses. But there's definitely a world where they do a heist month again, which would then lead us to December, which is when we're going to be getting the next big GT Online DLC. So as we found out, there's quite a bit of content coming. We just don't really know exactly when it's coming. It's in the game. It's just Rockstar need to just make it public. So that is going to do it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. In the comments, let us know what you're, I guess, looking forward to. I think for me, it's kind of a minor thing, but I'm interested to see how the UFO photograph thing works. Like, is that going to be an interesting thing like last year, or is it just going to be kind of a lame event? Hopefully Rockstar do it justice though. And yeah, it does seem like there's a bunch of stuff for Halloween, so I guess we're gonna be waiting a while for that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please drop the video a like if you did enjoy, subscribe for more GTA content, and as always, I'll see you all in the next one.